Hi, it's me again, and I didn't really plan on making a second video, but my phone was ringing in my pocket, and I had to cut that last video short. If you don't, for the ones of you that don't know what vector engraving is, and because you're not actually cutting this guy out, because it's setting in the block of wood, well, let's move that out of the way. This is your real block of wood. It's just the block of wood setting in there, so you're not going to run that red cut line. We'll actually take that red cut line away just by left clicking. So that's our block. Well, I do need that red piece of wood to show you the yellow is the piece of wood. And you can vector engrave this in less than 10 seconds, where this might take 2 minutes to engrave at a half a point. Vector engraving is you act like you're cutting it, but I would run it like if your laser cuts through 1/8 inch plywood at 0.125, and this is going to be like a 1/2 inch block of wood, you can run it at 100 power at 50 speed. It's not going to cut into it, but it's going to mark it. Now the lines will be good, crisp and sharp, sanded off, and it's perfect. If you want the lines a little thicker, you could run it 1/4 inch out of focus up, and it'll make these lines a little thicker. But you really don't need to do that because I think the sharpness of these lines will be perfect. Now, if you wanted to engrave the whole thing, all the spots, set your Smart Fill tool on black and fill that in, and, well, we actually need to have to go to the black. Let's see if we can't. Yep. I had a ghost image in there anyway. Let's take away the yellow. And this is our well. So then just take your Smart Fill tool, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in, fill that, fill all the spots in. And then you would need to, you could do his ear with it. You could do his eye with it. You could do that. This actually got 2 parts of that. And then make these 2 lines something other than a hairline. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select both of them. And then let's make them 1.5. So now this is going to take a while. The black lines here are hairlines, so they're not going to engrave. Just those spots are going to engrave. But I hope I'm making it clear, because we're going past the wood, but that way you make sure you have all the wood and the spots wouldn't just cut short. Anyway, same thing on all these. He actually sent me a new file that he could not open, and it's a good file. There's nothing wrong with it. He couldn't open, it's a newer file than he has. He has Corel X7. Same thing on the horse. The toenails, the tail, and the mane could be engraved, but you would need to do the same thing to get it. Now, if you were just cutting these out of 1/8 inch plywood, your work would be done, because the black would, you change it to red. But if you're using this as a template, and I hope let's just kind of show what I'm talking about here. Let's move all these off this scale, and let's put this in here. So we have a well cut out of wood that's going to look like that. And then if you can imagine this yellow being the real wood, it's going to fit in there. Now, depending on how well the CNC router fits against the laser, you need a little extra gap. So you can move that around, make sure that's all centered. And then just, once you've got that hole, just bring your engraving into it and engrave it. I mean, if you started here, and if you're going to do both sides, just remember to hit the plus key, mirror it, and do like right there. You've got 2 wells in for both sides. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.